Hi there, it's Antonio Bullock, your home sold guaranteed with Samson Properties. Bringing to you today our first episode, maiden episode of our series, Work, Live, Play Bowie, where we'll be discussing information, providing resources and tips for all things Bowie. And today we have the pleasure of speaking to one of my partners. As you know, I'm in real estate, and one of the most important things in real estate are for my clients, future clients, current clients, and past clients is lending. And we're going to speak with one of my lending partners today regarding lending, and hopefully she'll provide some information that'll be beneficial to you. Again, we're going to be doing these to provide the resources and information for Bowie, so stay tuned for that. So today I have the pleasure of, again, one of my lending partners, and this is about all things Bowie, and she was definitely, and I still consider her part of the Bowie community. She had served Bowie and worked in Bowie for many years. Lauri Wilson with Bay Capital Mortgage. Thank Lauri for coming on today.
Hi, Antonio. So I wanted to just give you a little bit of background on myself. My name is Lauri Wilson. I've been in the mortgage business since 1984. It's a really long time to be serving Maryland. I've lived in Maryland most of my life, very short period of time out, which I'll discuss. I love what I do. The reason I do what I do is because the fulfillment of seeing home buyers that never thought they could buy is extremely rewarding. It keeps, as much as you can get bored with a job, you can never get bored of seeing a smile on somebody's face. First-time home buyers are pretty much my forte. I love helping them clean their credit up. I love watching them, realize that this is a dream that they can move forward with.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing us a little bit about you and who you are. So you have a wealth of knowledge and information. You've probably seen a lot of ups and downs in the market over the years as it relates to the real estate and mortgage industry. So you could be a valued source for anyone who's interested in purchasing or refinancing or just anything related to lending and mortgages. So later I'll ask you how folks can get in contact with you so you can give them your information. So you've already indicated who you traditionally help in your business, how long you've served the community. Let's just find out, what do you feel like sets you apart from other lenders that they may come across, other than what you said about just the very passionate about first-time home buyers? Anything else you'd like to add about that?
Yes, Antonio, I'd like to, the people that I am working with, and meaning are in the same line of work as I am, I think we've got a lot of professionals in our area. However, the 35 years of experience doesn't make me a mortgage credit analysis. It doesn't make me the person to go to for the best rates. But I think that at the end of the day, our rates are phenomenal. Currently, an FHA rate is at 2.5. You can actually get lender credits for that rate. You can get, and if depending on what your credit score is, you can go conventional, you can have no mortgage insurance. I think the fact that I don't just say, here's the numbers, this is what you need to go with, and I provide you a vast number of different options for you, whether it's less money out of pocket, more money out of pocket, lender credits, down payment assistance. It just gives you the opportunity to make a decision on your own rather than the loan officer's decision of that's the easiest way to get the deal done. In a market where most people know where houses are flying off the market, you really need to be competitive. So homebuyer assistance may not be an option for you, so lender credits might be an option for you, or something that can streamline and get your loan closed as quickly as possible. 30-day contracts are hard to get closed right now, but that's definitely being done. You just have to have the person with you that's working with you to get it done.
Awesome. Yeah. And I can be a testament that she definitely gets things done, her and her team, and they can do it in a timely fashion. I wouldn't want to put her on the spot, but I think that they could actually do it less than 30 days, but don't hold me to it. So we talked about, and I'm going to, those are some of the nuggets that I'd like to really talk about that are going to be important for anyone who later sees or is listening to this. If they're thinking about buying or reselling, buying or refinancing or anything like that, what are the most important things that you can give to them as it relates to monies that are available in the market beyond, you know, FHA and the conventional, and then also things like the importance of like credit. I mean, that's the biggest barrier that I find is when people that I meet that I'm trying to help is credit and like debt to income ratio.
Right. So Antonio, of course, the down payment assistance is available. There's money all over the place. Montgomery, Maryland Mortgage Program has $25,000 available to buyers in Montgomery County. All of Maryland has a 3% down loan available for down payment and closing. They have a grant available for down payment and closing. They have the Smart Buy program that pays off student loan debt. There's the partner match program that your employer can contribute and the Maryland Mortgage Program will match. There's so much available. Charles County has a down payment assistance program. There's just stuff out there that if you're working with someone that has that knowledge, then you can move forward with everything that's available. Like you can make a decision on your own whether it fits you or not. As far as the conventional loans go, you can get loans at 100% financing with the USDA program, which is super attractive right now. 100% financing, 2.25% interest rate. It's giving lender credits. It's extremely competitive as far as once you're in that property range. It's got to be in the rural housing districts. Conventional loans, we go down to 3%. You can get a 3% down loan with no monthly mortgage insurance. It really depends on your credit score. Okay. So, I mean, you can do more. You can do 5% down with no monthly mortgage insurance and then so forth. But we're going to lead that into our credit score where, you know, on an FHA loan, you know, it doesn't, your mortgage insurance is your mortgage insurance. You can have a 620 or a 720, your mortgage insurance is going to be exactly the same. But on a conventional loan, the higher your credit score is, the better. And what I'm seeing now is there's buyers that are really leaning towards what Credit Karma and those services are telling them, which is totally opposite of what a mortgage banking credit score reflects. On a mortgage credit score, you know, we see public records, we see judgments, collections that may not be on Credit Karma or actually current. Credit Karma might update the minute you pay a credit card down, where a mortgage credit report isn't going to reflect till the statement comes out. So there's different things that happen with your credit score. And I believe that when people are stepping back from the process and say, I'm going to work on my credit score, they need to speak to a professional about what they can do to move their scores up rather than think that they're doing the right thing. So don't do what you think you know, ask a professional. Excellent. Because, you know, I've got people calling me, I paid everything off, I closed my accounts. That's the worst thing you can do. And, you know, a bankruptcy 2 years ago hurts your credit way less than a late on a credit card last month. So people don't realize that until they have that person saying, these are the things that the credit bureau looks for. In addition to that, with the credit scoring, when you pay credit cards down, yes, it reflects, yes, it will move, but it takes time. It's not overnight. It's not, I paid my credit card down, let's go. It's, I paid my credit card down, we have to wait for the 3 bureaus to update. Or we can use the scoring module, which we have available to us, called a rapid rescore. And we send things up to the credit bureau. We have them contact the creditors, and we reflect it immediately. Normally it takes anywhere from 72 hours to 4 days. It just depends. I think COVID is the reason for everybody delaying things and taking their time. Yeah. So, but we have to look at people are working remotely. So that's really important. Another thing about credit is that if you have old medical bills and collections that aren't really reflecting in your score, an old First Premier credit card that's been out there for 3 years, don't pay that off and think your credit score is going to go up, because that's not necessarily true, because after 3 years, it's not really reflecting in your actual score. Your score is actually reflected for what is recent, mainly the last 12 months or the last 24. So okay. Just speak to a professional, and you're more than welcome to reach out to Antonio or myself so we can get you on that mortgage ready roadmap road. Absolutely. And if they reach out to me, I'm simply going to refer them to you. So tell them,
we'll go right into that. How can anyone get a hold of you if they want to talk to you and they're not working with me? They see this online. They haven't given me a call or emailed me or text me to work with me, but they just want some information. What's the best way for them to
Right.
get a hold
The
of
absolute best way to reach me is email. My email address is lwilson@baycapitalmortgage.com.
me? Okay.
You can, like me on Facebook. My Facebook page is workingwithwilson.com. You can also call me at 301-922-5116. My assistant's number is on my voicemail. So if you don't reach me, call him. He can get a hold of you he can get a hold of me right away. But it's really important to just get those steps. This is a really important purchase. You don't want to go into it lightly. If I try to give you the best information, if I say, look, let's get your credit score from a 555 to a 665 to a 680, it could move your credit or rate a half a point. It's big amounts. But if you don't want to, it's still a good time to buy. But I think getting the knowledge for what's best for you is going to be the best way to go.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So Lauri, this thing that I'm doing with this program is really about information and resources, and also giving back to the community. What's your favorite way to give to back in the community beyond what the information that you kind of provide and help home?
Right. Helping folks find down payment assistance and actually staying in our community is really important to me. As I told you, I grew up in Prince George's County. I was there for 25 years. I lived in the District of Columbia for 5 years, then back to Maryland, now in Anne Arundel County. So getting and finding those down payment assistance. But I do also, and have for the last 2 years, volunteered for Toys for Tots in Prince George's in Charles County. It's very rewarding. The amount of children that come out to get toys that might not get toys it's overwhelming, and it becomes tearful, happy tears, sometimes sad tears, but it's, the best way. My husband always says, you don't have time because you work 24 hours. And I'm like, that really makes me feel good. So I give a lot of time to it. I appreciate the people that have allowed me to help volunteer, and I'll continue to do that as long as they're open. It's going to be a tough year this year with COVID and having the children come through. So right now they're sorting through how they're going to handle it this year.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a sort of virtual online things and maybe some pickups.
Yes.
Scattered with social.
A little more work.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but rewarding nonetheless when you see those smile faces.
Yes.
So, and I always ask, and I'm going to ask everyone in Bowie that are business owners or have services to provide anyone who works, lives, or plays in Bowie as they do business with them. Is there any sort of special that you can offer anyone who contacts with you that can help them out a little way so they can spend less money or anything like that? And if you can, I understand it's a regulated industry.
Yeah, it is a regulated industry, and unfortunately, the amount of compensation that can be given to assist somebody, you hear about, free appraisals or free credit reports or maybe free title. It's really tough to be able to do that because it tends to push people in a direction for a reason that may not be the most important to them. When I say that, it's not an eighth of a rate that you should use somebody, and it's not, the fact that, it's your dad's brother's cousin. It's who's going to get the job done. And that's
Right.
It's who's going to get the job done and make sure that this 30-year purchase is done right. So, unfortunately, no, but I think that, and not to pat myself on the back, I believe that the 35 years of advice and knowledge is definitely a good thing that I can provide to anybody. And I'm praying that, we get some calls and hopefully we can help everybody out. I like to get them all in and get them working. So
Absolutely.
you got to do your homework.
And you do a great job of it. So Lauri, I want to thank you for being a part of our Maiden episode. This is the first one of many that are to come, and as I feature information, resources, and things to do in Bowie. I always like to end or start with a little Bowie tip, historical tip. And so, not sure you're aware, but the original name of what is now Bowie was the original settlement was called Huntington City. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad's a retired Prince George's County police officer, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it was
Yes.
right there, and I had no idea, and he should have told me that.
I doubt that he knows, and so this is I'll be giving a tip for sort of each time as I read. I'm a history buff, so I like to read things about the history. So yeah, around 1870,
Oh, wow.
Bowie was
Long
actually
time ago.
chartered as Bowie, but prior to that, the initial settlement in 1850 was Huntington City.
Right.
Yeah, so little
Did
known
they
fact.
tell you why?
Um, well, there was a speculator who, as the railroad was being developed, there was a Colonel Bowie who chartered the legislation to build a railroad. So Bowie was a railroad stop initially in Bowie, what is old Bowie, if you've ever been to
Right. I did know that.
the railroad. Yeah. So as the railroad track was developed towards Southern Maryland, some smart guy, land developer, started selling plots of land along the railroad, which is what they did. And he named it, as most developers have the option to do, is name the town where they're settling, and he named it Huntington City. Later, it was changed and named Bowie because of the colonel, but the colonel's son was actually one of the governors, the first governor of Maryland. No, the 34th governor of Maryland, Governor Bowie. So
That's interesting. That's good to know.
yeah. So I'll be giving out those as I begin or end these each time. I'll give a little bit tidbit about Bowie. Okay. Well, Lauri Wilson
Yes.
of Bay Capital Mortgage, thanks for being a part of the Work Live Play Bowie series. And I definitely encourage anyone who has any questions about lending, refinancing, mortgages, and or credit towards that end, please contact Lauri. I don't know who Louie is, but contact Lauri or myself, and I'll put you in contact with her as well.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Antonia, for inviting me to do this with you and for your continued support. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you. I'll be talking to you soon. I'm, of course, probably today.
All right.
All right.
Have a great day.
Okay, you too. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.